Hello and welcome to Thought for January the 3rd. Our readings are Genesis chapters 5 and 6, Psalm chapters 6, 7 and 8, and Matthew chapter 5. And our thought is, according to the integrity that is in me. What a challenging section of chapters we have today. Our thought is taken from David's 7th Psalm. It is largely a prayer. Can it be our prayer too? Judge me, he says, O Lord, according to my righteousness and according to the integrity that is in me. O let the evil of the wicked come to an end, as we read in verses 8 and 9. Can we, and dare we, pray as David did? Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness and according to the integrity that is in me? As we read on in the Psalms, we see how David's sense of his own righteousness changes. He desperately appeals to God, hide your face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence. We read this in Psalm 51, verses 9 to 11. That last phrase is tremendously significant. Cast me not away from your presence. We perceive David's heartfelt sense of wonder of the presence of God. We marvel at the way Paul must have developed through experience that sense, so that he could tell the people of Athens and us, he is actually not far from each one of us, for in him we live and move and have our being. Acts 17 verses 27 and 28. We also read today in Genesis chapter 6 of the days of Noah, the time when the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Verse 5. And we note that it was corrupt in God's sight. Have we developed God's sight through our constant reading of his word? We should. As we continue our reading in Matthew this month, we will see the words of Jesus about the days of Noah. Chapter 24 and verse 37, that as it was in Noah's days, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. For as in those days before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day when Noah entered the ark, and they were unaware until... And so our minds go back to the words of David, let us believe and live in ways of integrity, which show the reality of our belief in the reality of God and the reality of what we read every day in his words. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of his word, knowing that that word is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.